Hi, Truth Seekers. Dennis Snappy II here with 6 Sense Media. Last couple of days I've been talking a lot about some psychic things and ESP and trusting your intuition. I want to elaborate on that a little bit more. I want to talk about something called remote viewing. If you haven't heard of it, I encourage you to, at a minimum, check out the documentary called Third Eye Spies. You can find it on Amazon. It tracks the progress and the research by Mr. Russell Targ. He worked at a place called SRI, the Stanford Research Institute, with a gentleman by the name of Hal Puthoff. And what they were doing is they were testing psychic abilities, seeing if there was a way they could tap into it, refine it, and make it something reliable. They met a man by the name of Ingo Swann, who was one of the most gifted psychics that ever lived. Ingo came in and really wowed them with his abilities. But what they developed over the course of 20 years is a structured system to gather information remotely, anywhere, in space and time, with accuracy, consistently. They developed a set, what they call remote viewing. These protocols allow a viewer to make contact with a distant target and gather data on that target. Now, I talk about this now because as I was doing my research for my book, Food for the Archons, one of my consistent themes was that not only are we all psychic, but we can learn to enhance our natural psychic abilities. Now, I'm not saying that remote viewing is easy, but with practice like any skill, anybody can learn to do it. And the structure behind it and the consistency behind it and the fact that our viewers that go out and do this are completely blind to their target, which means they have no idea what they're looking at, gives it quite a bit of credibility. Now, I've had the privilege over the last 3 months to get pulled into what's known as the CryptoViewing remote viewers team. I'm working with some of the best remote viewers in the world. I see proof every single week of what they're capable of doing. Why am I sharing this information with you? Again, the theme I'm trying to drive home is that we have untapped potential. Now, with the CryptoViewing team, I'll make sure I have a link here. You can check out what they're doing. Every week they're looking at different cryptocurrencies and how they're going to impact our future. And what we see coming is a big change in the American financial market. Yes, I'm giving a plug for the CryptoViewing team. There's some free information available on YouTube through Dick Allgire's page. I'll have the link in the section below here on YouTube. But I also encourage you to check out the Patreon page where you can subscribe and get even more details about what it is that our viewers are looking at and that we are analyzing. We are seeing a major shift in the financial market within the next 1 to 5 years. And it's fascinating what they're capable of doing. And another thing that we do every month, our viewers will go in and they'll take a look into the upcoming month in the future. And they'll look and see what's going to happen. And they make these fantastic predictions. Again, they're using a scientifically controlled process to go through and gather data. They're not just guessing, they're not reading tea leaves, they're not reading tarot. Not that I'm downplaying those methods, but they're going through a strict set of protocols and they're gathering data. And what that has shown me is that we are capable of so much more. And I encourage you to check it out. And I'm sharing this information with you. Number one, I want you to buy my book so you can get information about this. But beyond that, this is something that can enhance our lives. If we can increase our number of remote viewers in the world, and we can employ remote viewers in every single community, and every month they go in, and they look to the future for the upcoming month, we can do better at predicting disasters, catastrophe, terrorism. And we can plan for it, and we can prepare for it. Now that brings a whole other slew of questions, which is another area I cover in the book. What happens when you change the future, or you manipulate the past through something like remote viewing? What happens? Does it create a new timeline? That's a whole other mess that I'll get into in another topic or another conversation. But I strongly believe that this is something incredibly valuable. And I hope you'll take the time to look up the CryptoViewing team and to read about it in Food for the Archons once the book is released. I have some really good research coming directly from SRI. And a little side note about SRI, The United States government found this so valuable that the CIA funded this program for 20 years. This has since been declassified, some of it, but you can find some of it online and read a little bit about it. And also check out the Farsight Institute. It's a nonprofit that's been working with remote viewing for several years. So there's a wealth of resources out there. I hope you'll check it out, and I hope you'll look for Food for the Archons once it's released this summer. I'm Dennis Nappy II with 6 Cents Media. Let your intuition be your guide. Thanks for watching.